Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to create a drawing from a part that you designed. And looks like my camera's not on. There we go. So we created the dice part, looks just like this. Now we want to make a professional drawing, just like engineers do. So to start that, we're going to go up to File, we're going to go to New. I click on that arrow right there. And instead of doing a part, we're going to do a drawing. Bam! This will give us a blank drawing sheet with the title block and everything. We'll fill this in later. But first, we want to insert our dice drawing. Well, it could be any drawing that you want to put on, or any part you want to put on a drawing. So first, we can change the scale to make it larger or smaller. I think 7:1 scale fits perfectly for this project. And then you move it where you want. I tend to start with the front view, which normally is placed in this area, and click OK. Bam! So that shows me the front view of my dice. Then I want to use the projected button or tool to select that dice and drag up the top view, and then I will drag out the side view, and then I'll drag out one more time to do the isometric. And then when I'm all done and I place those where I want, I right click and I press create. Looks professional, huh? This way we can print it out and we can put it on the wall for everybody to see the nice designs you guys do. But we also want to put dimensions on. If we were going to give this to a contractor, manufacturing company, construction company to make this, we would have to put dimensions on there so they know how big it is. So if we go to the annotate button, we can click on dimensions. And I'm going to zoom out and I'll just put dimensions on the top view. And we want to kind of step them out like they would, like a real engineer would do. So I'm going to click on the top, I'm going to click on the bottom, so I'm showing how deep they cut these circles. And we see when we made these, they were 0.02 to 1/100ths of an inch. And then we're going to show where the center of the top circles are. So I'll click on the top in the center, drag it out. We know that's 2/10. Then we're going to click on the top, click on the center one. We know that's 1/2 inch. Then we'll do the far circle, and then we'll do the whole dice. And we know we made that 1 inch. So you can see how I stepped them out, right? So that's how you would do that. If we wanted to, we can do same thing down here, but I think we're just going to leave it like that today for this project. And then the title block is where you put your information. You're going to use the text button, which is up here. You're going to, put a square around where you want to put your text. I'm going to make it a quarter of an inch, 0.25. And I'm going to call this the dice drawing. Make sure you spell it right. Drawing. And then press OK. And if you want to, you can move it around. You'd have to escape out of that. And then you can drag it, you can move it, do all sorts of things. I'm going to put it there. I'm also going to put my name up top. So text button here. I'm going to change the size to 0.25 or 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to write Roberts. And then press OK. And then again, right click OK. You can move it where you want. We got the date on there. Does it for us. We have the size paper. We can put the drawing number. It has the scale for us. Looks pretty good. So that's how you make a drawing from a part that you designed. Last step you want to do, turn it in, obviously. But before you turn it in, you have to save it. So you go up to File, and not new, not open. You're going to save. If you previously saved it and you want to save it to a different location, you go to Save As. We're going to do Save. Obviously, you're going to find your folder. You guys should be in your DDP folder. Autodesk Images. Notice how I manage my files. This is the dice drawing. Click Save. And hope that helps. Good luck. It was fairly simple to do that, but I wanted to put a video for you guys to see. So, see you later.